I'm asked all the time how long it takes me to do my makeup, and people don't usually believe me when I tell them 10 minutes. So I'm going to show you how I do my everyday look. I'm just going to move something out of the way first. So it's kind of a bad day for lighting in this room, but we'll work with it. Okay, so what I do is I moisturize first using our Divine Daily Moisturizer, which is this bottle. So I just pumped a little bit on the back of my hand. Like that much is all I use. That's actually a lot. When you're moisturizing, make sure you get all around your nose. Don't go too close. It looks like I'm rubbing it right up against my eye. I'm not. Don't get it in your eyes, but you want to moisturize sort of around your eyes. Just be careful because the skin is really delicate. So any places that you know you get sort of patchy and dry, there we go. So that's my moisturizer. That's it. Our primer, unfortunately I dropped mine and the lid rolled down a bend. So I just have the bottle. So I'm going to take out a bit from the bottle using the pump as a scoop. And so I use about a dime size amount of our primer. I'm going to put that all over my face, including my eyelids. Make sure your hands are clean. I've just washed my hands and used hand sanitizer. You don't want to transfer anything to your face. The tiniest bit on your eyelids. Some people want to go heavy on their lids. That's when it actually makes your eyeshadow cakey and crease. Really blend it in there. Any of the places where makeup tends to sort of melt off your face, that's where I really use my primer. So for me, it's here. It's like through the day I lose my makeup off my nose. Okay, so try to stay in the good light. So the product I'm going to use is one that's a bit controversial. People love it or they hate it, and that is our Touch Cream. So it comes in a compact like this. I'm using Organza. Organza is sort of our pink undertone product. So what I do, I'll show you. I take one of our blending buds, the small one, the little pink one. Well, it is pink under there, but mine's stained. And I put some of the Organza on there, and I use it as concealer. So you can see how I've got darkness on my lid and then under my eyes as well. Watch this. Organza works even better than that red lipstick trick because it's made for your skin. Lipstick is not meant to be spread all over your face. See how well that works? That's going to work on just about anybody. And the key with these blending buds is to push the product into your skin, not to wipe. Because see, I have product on here right now. I'll show you a difference. When I push it, it stays. When you wipe, you're sort of lifting off what's already there. So you want to make sure that you really push it in. So that's what I conceal with, is actually a foundation. So any spot that I have some pink on my nose, I get all these spots here. I'm not using a lot. Okay. So that's that. Now what I do, because I tend to get oily through the day, let me find my brush. Actually, I won't. I'll use my, just to show you that you can use your blending bud again. I'm going to use Organza pressed powder and my damp blending bud. And I'm just going to put some of that powder on the bud. And I like to set around my eyes before I actually put on my second layer. Might seem like a silly step, but it works for me. Okay, so now I want to get my skin even. So I'm going to take the shade that I always use, which is Velour. Hard to see there. It's more of a yellow undertone, which actually is closer to my actual skin tone. So again, I'm going to use that blending bud. I just tap it all on. Make sure you blend it back towards your hairline. It doesn't look quite as yellow here as it does in person because the lighting's so bad, but you can see that it blends well. Getting that nice full coverage. There we go. That's it. Okay. So, other brush. My powder puff is out of reach, so I'm going to use a brush that's not ours, but I prefer a powder puff. I'm going to take my powder one more time and just set over top. Remember that you've got little hairs in your face, so you don't want to lift them. You want to go, like, apply the powder in the direction that the hairs are growing. Otherwise you lift those hairs up, and then you can see that you're wearing quite a bit of makeup. Here's all. I look much shinier than what I actually am just because of the way the light's coming in through my window. I'll show you in the end that it's not shiny. Okay, so now I'm just going to warm my face up with a bit of bronzer. I am using Malibu, which is this shade. It's sort of our middle shade. Some people say it's darker than Sunset, lighter than Hermosa. I don't know that it's necessarily meant to be that. It's just for a different undertone. So I'm using our blush brush, and I tap off a lot of it. Don't worry if it doesn't look blended yet. You're going to mix some other things in there. Okay, I like to take a smaller brush, like use my shader part of the liner shader brush. And again, always tap off your excess. I just like to make my nose look a bit smaller. blush. I'm going to use Sweet, just nice everyday blush. Sort of a pinky peach color. Again on my blush brush. And you'll see that I'm sort of brushing it back into where I put on that bronzer, so it all blends out. There we go. Perfect. Now let's do the eyes. I'll be honest with you, I forgot to take out the product that I normally use to fill my brows. So normally I would fill my brows with Infatuated, while my hair is this color. Okay, so quickly I'm only going to do one shadow because it's an everyday look and I don't need to do any more than that. I'm going to use our Tenacious. So rub out any creases you might have. You can see that I don't actually have any. I have little wrinkles because I hooded eyes, but it's not a crease. I'm going to use just a little bit of this. It's about that much. I pack it onto my mobile lid. So it kind of looks like this. I know it looks funny, but we're not done. Okay, so I started on the other eye. What I do, because of the shape of my eye, I'm just going to drag it this way a bit. Because I want to lift my eye, you can see that. Okay, let that sit there for a sec. And we'll tightline while we're waiting. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And then we'll do lips. So I'm going to use my pouty liner. I'm going to fill in my whole lip. And just needs the oil gloss over top. Go. Take that angled part of your liner shader brush, or the shadow part rather, and just blend out your lines. That's what I do. Just want to make sure they both sort of look the same. And then I like to take my crease brush. Honestly, I just sort of pick up some of the color. Bring it underneath. You're gonna look silly till you get your mascara on. Let's do our lashes. So you're putting your gel from root to tip. Sort of wiggle your brush back and forth so you get everything covered. And it actually helps to separate those lashes. And then with your fibers, you're going to go about mid-lash to tip. Everybody has their own way of doing it. Sometimes people wait and go on to the next eye while they're letting their fibers sort of set, I guess we could call it. I don't necessarily, I just go right back in with my gel. You'll figure out what works best for you. Just make sure you always, always, always seal it with gel. That's the key. I'm just gonna do one coat today. I don't need all the drama. There we go. And just throw some gel on the bottom. Oops, I always do that. That's why I keep my Q-tip handy. Ish. There we go. Obviously that's best. Here, I'll show you a trick. Bit of foundation on there, takes work off. That's it. I'll do this other eye off camera, but that's it. That's all I do. Super easy. It took me a little bit longer because I went through the whole routine with a touch. Normally I would just throw on my Touches concealer and then go ahead with BB cream, but that's it. It is not hard to use. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay on until I want to take it off. So definitely give it a try. You can see the difference in that lash. But anyway, there you go.